Hello and welcome to another episode of the No Strings Attached podcast. I'm Tristan, that's Mark.
Hello everyone, thanks for watching.
Yep.
Still not cancelled?
Still not cancelled,
Hey.
although we came close this week.
Well,
anyway,
I do.
just want to start off by saying a huge thank you to Ashby Bowl for letting us take over the party room as our filming area for the last few weeks. Obviously, you know, this is, I guess we could say, your new home, Mark.
Yes,
as we covered in the last one.
It's fastly becoming my new home.
Yeah.
Which is it's great to be here. They're a very welcoming team of people, and yes, you know,
it's a bloody lovely little bowl.
It's a lovely little bowl.
Yeah. So we're going to start off today because we've got quite a lot to cover. So this is going to be a bit of a rapid fire pod, I reckon.
Yeah,
it's going to probably take us at least an hour to get through most of this stuff. But I just wanted to start off, you know, just to echo Mark's thanks from earlier in the week. Over 100,000 views across all of our social media platforms. That includes the pod, it includes the clips, and everything like that. Blown away, absolutely blown away. Like, I think if we'd have got 10,000 views in that time period, we'd have still been well happy.
Well, I personally, I had no idea what was, you know, what to expect, what was a good number, what's not a good number. I don't know. I have no idea about this stuff.
Yeah, I mean, like 100,000 views is a big ass number, right?
That's a lot of
zeros.
That sounds a lot to me.
You know,
so,
and obviously, you know, YouTube is the platform that we share all of our long form pods on, and we reached the first milestone, which is 100 subscribers.
Hey.
So thank you very much to
thank you everyone.
102 of you at the time of recording, and you've watched over 500 hours of our content on YouTube, which is
if anybody hasn't subscribed, please do. It is free of charge. It's not something you have to pay for. That's not the reason we want that. We're not asking you for money. That's not what we do this for. It just helps the algorithms and it helps the video get out there to more people. So
something I learned about algorithms this week, funnily enough, which is a complete side quest on my part, is that comments are what the algorithm looks for. So
really?
Yeah, if you do want to leave a comment, it could be anything. You can call me a Wally if you want. I don't care. You know, or
why not?
We could, you know.
Go on.
No, I'm scared. No, or you could just, you know, have a whinge with Mark, or at Mark. So yeah, just at the end of the day, it's just a huge thank you to every single one of you. You know, like these pods take a lot of time and effort, and to get out there, and we're doing it because we love it. We're doing it because we love the sport, and we're doing it purely because 80% of the people who watch these videos may not be bowlers. We don't know. You know, we're getting a lot of views from people that are not known to us, as far as I can see, which is amazing. And if we could get 10 people on the lanes just through this pod that have never been on a lane before, then, you know, that's introducing more people into our world.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah. So let us know. If you have seen the pod and you haven't bowled for a while and you're coming back to the sport, let us know. Obviously, we'd love to see your faces at some point. And if you've never bowled before and you're like, who the hell are these two, right? You know, chatting about a sport, let us know.
Get in touch, ask questions, whatever. Yeah, that'd be great.
And I'll just put it out there. If you would like to sponsor the No Strings Attached podcast, please get in touch with either myself or Mark through DMs or anything like that. We're looking at offering some space on the main pod screen. As you can see, we've already got the MH900 logo, the No Strings Attached logo, and the Ashby Bowl logo. So we've got 2 spots up here. Yeah. If you'd like one of those spots to promote your brand, your business, your service, anything like that, then please let us know and we can have a conversation. All right. So into the pod we go.
Cool.
Lots happened.
Yes. Busy couple of weeks.
Lots. So we'll just go through a quick summary of what we've been looking at. Last weekend we had ATC and
Adult Triple Crown.
We had the start of Swedish League happening again. We've also had the start of youth nationals.
Yep.
We've also had inter-county qualifiers.
Yeah, that was the previous weekend, so 8 days ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, and the International Hammer Challenge in Finland.
Yes.
And that is about all I can remember, because this week's been nuts for bowling. Okay, so where should we start, Mark?
Should we start with inter-county qualifying?
Well, it's chronological order, isn't
Chronological, isn't it?
Go on then.
So that happened. Right, so we have in the southern group for the men, the winners of the group were...
hold on a minute, right? So we've got 3 divisions. Three divisions for the qualifiers, okay? You've got Northern, Central and Southern. And just for our American viewers, it's basically like your states. So we have counties in different parts of the UK.
Yeah.
So they're like your states. And then every year we have a championship to see who's the best county. Right? So Mark.
So yeah, the men were in 3 different groups. In the South group for the men, 3 teams qualified. Dorset, Hampshire, come on the Shire, and also Middlesex, who ousted Surrey and then Essex, Sussex, Kent and London.
Right.
So in the in the Northern group, for the men, Durham won their qualifying group, Lincolnshire were in 2nd place, Derbyshire were in 3rd, and Yorkshire were in 4th.
But didn't they win?
They won last year, so they were automatically guaranteed a final place, but they still are allowed to compete. So wherever they'd finished, they would have got in. And Lancashire narrowly missed out by 54 pins. Well, actually probably 84 pins, because Yorkshire were 4th. They would have had to beat Derby in the last by 84. But yeah, and Staffordshire, Nottinghamshire, and well, they missed out as well. And then in the Central region group for the men, Northampton were winners, Somerset and Gloucester were in 2nd, and Cambridgeshire were 3rd. Warwickshire, I think this comes as a big surprise for a lot of people, is they failed to qualify for the finals.
Hold on, Warwickshire are usually
a really strong team.
Really, really strong team. Isn't that, am I right in saying the likes of Pete Stevenson and
Gav Greaves, Paul Moore.
Yeah.
Those players. I think Rob Thirlby might be involved with that county. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I don't know who played. We don't know who played, but I'm
indeed.
told it was it was still a strong team, and they are a strong team. So for them to miss out.
The Central Division is always really strong, and I know that, obviously, having bowled for Norfolk and Suffolk before. It's hard. Yeah. You know, it's super tough against those guys.
They missed out by 16 pins. So, the top 4 were very close. There's 119 pins between 1st and 4th.
I know we can't directly compare the divisions because, in terms of pinfall, based on the fact that they're different centres and, they're different teams. But just out of interest, top pinfall from the top 3 teams from each division.
Okay.
What's the difference?
So, Durham, 64-85. This is 6 games.
Yeah, 64-85.
That's strong.
And that is the Southern Division?
That's the Northern Division.
Northern. Of course it is, Durham. Geography is not my strong point.
Clearly.
That's why I'm a podcaster.
The most northerly county we have.
There you go.
Somebody get him some coffee.
I could do the coffee, actually.
Northampton, who won the Central, were 61-46.
So 300 pin difference.
Yeah. And then in the South group, Dorset had 62-16. So the qualifying 3rd place was 60-73 in the South. 61-79 in the North. And 60-42 in the Central. Now, I believe...
Hold on, did you say 60-42 was in the North?
In the Central.
It was the Central. So Central was
the lowest scoring.
Yeah.
But I believe the same pattern was used.
Across the board, yeah.
Yeah, Carl Silvino, 42.
I'm not sure what the pattern was.
What it was. I
Didn't
think
really see. There hasn't actually been a great deal shared online about inter-counties this year.
there hasn't. No.
Not much on the BTBA website.
I think the reason is that they like to ratify the scores, make sure that there's.
Yeah.
I presume that they
No
make
challenges.
eligibility.
No challenges about
checks
shorts
on all
or
the teams.
shade of trousers.
Yeah. So they're not official results yet, but very rarely do we get any issues. But I believe they're following the process. So,
so these are
central
TBC confirmed scores.
Yeah. I don't know where Central Group was played.
But it wasn't at Acott Green this year, was it?
Was it Dunstable?
Stroud.
No, Stroud.
It was Stroud. Which is
the Central qualifying group was played in Stroud. The Southern qualifying was played at Poole. Poole, which is on strings.
Oh, was it on strings?
Yes.
Interesting.
And the Northern group was played in Altrincham.
That makes sense.
Altrincham has an Atlas.
And it's a bloody phenomenal centre.
Yeah.
Bloody phenomenal centre.
Stroud has a flex machine, and I'm not sure what Poole has. They've probably got a custodian or something.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know what they got.
Interesting.
So, differences. So,
as Lobbers, Paul Loberman mentioned, finals are in November.
Yes.
Thanks, Paul.
In Romford. Right, the women. So in the South group, so there were only 2 groups in the women due to number of counties that entered. So 5 qualifiers from each group, North and South. Yorkshire being in the North, so another 4 teams.
Yeah.
But in the South group, I'm very happy to say the winners were Hampshire on 46-41. They beat Surrey, Sussex, Dorset and Essex, who all qualified, and Middlesex and London missed out. And then from the Northern group, you had Lincolnshire, who won their group quite convincingly, over 350 pins. To be fair, I was at that qualifying event. They did play very well. They beat Bedfordshire and Derbyshire, and Yorkshire were 4th, and Lancashire made it into 5th place, just edging out Warwickshire and Northamptonshire. So congratulations to all of those teams. The finals are the second weekend of November, just because the first and second have something else on this year. Yeah. It's always the first weekend, Lobbers.
Yeah. Well, good luck to everyone. Congratulations to the winners, and look forward to seeing some.
Should be a very good,
highly competitive team action in November.
Yeah.
Right then. Now, as when we're talking about what's next in chronological order, there were 4 things happening this weekend. So I'm going to go in chronological order of what I've got on my list.
Okay.
So Swedish League kicked off again this weekend. Obviously defending champions in the ladies, Spardadam. Defending champions in the men's were Clan. Both teams were in action this weekend. And we have quite a few UK bowlers this season competing in Sweden for their respective teams. So the likes of Ben Robinson, Ray Teese for BK Full House, Yola Stevenson made her debut for AIK, and I have been told that she an absolute blinder.
Excellent.
Callum Peach for IKW Copping, they were all in action this weekend. So Yola supported her team AIK in a fantastic win over the defending champion Spardadam, and they won 12-8, which is a huge achievement. Elliot Crosby is the coach for the ladies team. Another fellow Brit. It was a bit of a bumpy start for BK Full House though this season against the defending champions Clan. They lost 17-2. However,
that's a trashing.
There are 2 oil patterns this year in Swedish League every year, and it was, as Peachy told me, the easier of the 2 patterns. And Clan are very, very strong on that pattern. I'm led to believe Purple was in play quite a bit.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But in their second match of the weekend, BK Full House did beat IKW Copping 12-8. So quite a heavy loss, and then a sort of bit of a tighter match there. Obviously, Callum Peach was on the losing side of that exchange, but he did, even though he wasn't too happy with the result, he did spare the 4-6-7.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I caught a video of it.
Yeah, we'll actually put that video
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously Swedish League is one of my favourite things, and I'm immensely looking forward.
No, you never talk about it.
Never talk about it.
No.
So I'm really looking forward to this season, and especially with so many of our youth players going out.
Yeah, it's great. It's great for English bowling.
Obviously, one youth player that is going to be bowling in Swedish League that we haven't mentioned yet is Louis Dawson, and he's going to be bowling for BK Sturby this year. He was signed last year, however, with his exams, and decided just to focus on those, and is going to be in play for this season. So very much looking forward to his debut later on in the year. But Louis, funnily enough, was actually at the International Hammer Challenge in Helsinki.
Yes, good for him. Didn't go particularly...
Well, it went better than it could. He did make the B final by 1 pin with 12.34, I believe.
Yeah.
But he lost his match in step 2. Ultimately, it was a great performance for the young guy. He's gone out, done a couple of EBTs.
Yeah.
You know, just feeling it out a little bit. Scores were a bit up and down. The low scores were pretty low, but the high scores were pretty high. So
yeah,
he's obviously bowled there before.
Who won the event? Yeah.
I can't tell you. I think Alex Yockey. It was a Finn who won.
Yeah,
but Alex Yockey comes second.
5 of them in the final, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex Yockey comes second. Had a 300 game in one of the match play rounds. But yeah, obviously, you know, with Louis bowling Swedish League this year, it's a great opportunity for him to meet some of his teammates. So it's not going to be too daunting when he flies over and goes, "Hi, can I bowl?" So that's that.
So it's good, isn't it? Who have we got out there? So we've got Yola playing. You've got
Yola Stevenson, Frank Stevenson, both bowling for AIK. You've got Peachy out there bowling for Copping. You've got Ben Robinson, Ray Teese, Richie Teese for BK Full House. And
Louis Dawson
for Sturby, BK Sturby.
That's good, isn't it? Yeah.
You know, so obviously English bowlers have been involved in Swedish League for quite some time. But it's really nice to see 5.
You've missed someone out.
Who have I missed?
Daniel.
Oh God, of course, Dan Harding. Yeah, I mean, we've talked about Dan enough recently.
Yeah, we don't go on to give him any more. We have time.
But just as you've reminded me, finals of the PBA, final results of the PBA regionals have come out. Dan placed 3rd, earning himself a spot at the 2026 World Series of Bowling. So
fantastic, Dan.
Huge round of applause. So let's just cover this off, right? Every single player, well, a lot of the players that we've just mentioned, Yola, Frank, Peachy, Dan, have all been part of Team England whilst we were involved in the coaching side of that, management of that team. So it's really, really nice for the group of lads and girls that we've obviously been
spent a lot of time with.
You know, we're just massively. It's just wonderful to see, you know, the evolution of your guys' career. And, you know, this is only the beginning.
And long may it carry on.
Absolutely. Have fun and enjoy.
Yeah.
And Dan, best of luck for the World Series. It's going to be nuts.
Yeah.
Something else to watch.
Hopefully he won't be the only person out there, but at least he's won, you know, he's won the prize. So
it
helps massively, doesn't it, with cash. So
absolutely.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Right.
What's next?
Adult Triple Crown?
Let's do that, Adult Triple Crown.
So, Adult Triple Crown, England win.
Let's just start by congratulating both the lefties and the righties for...
Why'd you say that?
What?
Why'd you say it like that?
Congratulating?
Why don't we also congratulate all the thumb in players and the thumb out players who equally did well as well?
So let's just start by congratulating Team England on a fantastic tournament.
Regardless of the hand you used, whether you put your thumb in it or not. Brilliant job.
Both the men and the women retained their...
If you know, you know.
Respect. Both the men and the women retained the respective shields and the overall Triple Crown this year.
Yeah.
It was, in the men, it was England, Wales and Scotland.
And
Ireland.
Yeah, so in the men's, the points were England 390, Wales 334, Scotland 332, and then Ireland 288.
Yeah.
In the ladies, England 380.5, Ireland came second, 291, Scotland third, 283.5. Then it was Wales, 264, and then it was Iceland, 221.
So Iceland only sending a ladies team?
They only sent a ladies team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think they've seen it as more of a development event for them, I believe. So, you know, I don't know the real reasons, but at least they're there. It's great. It's great. I think, you know, the bigger the Triple Crown can get, apart from logistics issues with number of lanes and stuff like that, I think the more nations that are competing with full teams, the better. It just helps the standard. And
I'd love to see Belgium return to Triple Crown. Obviously, when I was youth Team England manager, youth Triple Crown manager for the youth team, having Belgium there was brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, so I'd like to see Belgium get involved more with adult Triple Crowns and senior Triple Crowns.
Yeah. I think why not? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
But a great weekend. Individually, I think a big shout out must go to definitely Jamie Bottomley, who is a left-hander, and he
didn't bowl below 200 all week.
Exactly.
Not a single game. I think he averaged 2.
I know he did. He bowled a 197 in the round robin.
Oh, Jamie.
So shocking, man. I mean,
that was a stellar performance. I was just looking and it was just, you know, red 200s all the way across.
So he won.
Really consistent bowling.
He won the Masters.
Yeah.
He beat Craig Parker for Wales.
He had a good tournament as well, didn't he?
Into second place. Yeah, Craig had a great weekend.
Stephen
Gill from Scotland was third in the Masters, and Hadley, our own Hadley, was fourth on that occasion. In the all events, Jamie won the gold, Hadley the bronze, and Stephen won the bronze. Craig was fourth in all events. Greg Stretton.
Maybe second, because you can have 2 fourth. You said 2 bronzes there. Who got silver?
Did I? Hadley was silver.
Hadley was silver.
Yeah. Hadley. Yeah. Sorry, I thought I said that. Point of note, in his 4th game of the singles, he had a perfect game.
He did indeed.
He did.
Yeah.
So, Greg Stretton on his debut.
I'm so
finished
proud of Greg.
5 pins off a Masters.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so proud of Greg. I saw his Facebook post saying that he wasn't coming home without a medal and made sure it was gold.
In the Masters. I said all events. No, I've done both of them.
Camera lady number 1 is fact checking us, and can we just confirm? Right, hang on. Yes, correct. Thanks, camera lady number 1.
Okay.
So congratulations to all the Team England bowlers. It was a stellar performance.
In the ladies,
very, very competitive.
In the ladies' Masters, Amy Kelleher from Ireland was the victor. Hannah Ailes from England got the silver, and Rebecca Daniels from Scotland got the bronze medal in the Masters event.
Rebecca Daniels had a pretty good tournament as well, didn't she?
Well, you know, if you finished into the Masters, you've had a good tournament. Particularly good. So Amy won the all events with Stacey Gould in silver, Hannah in the bronze, and Rebecca was fourth. And Tash Ailes was in fifth place, just missing out by 2 pins.
Wow.
So, and she had a 142, 146, and 154 for her last 3 games. So she'll be a little bit upset about that, I would imagine. But you know, still a great event for her. So, right, let's quickly go through the medal winners. In the men's team, England got the gold, Scotland the silver, Wales got bronze. In the ladies' team, it was a double for England, winning the gold in that. Scotland second, Ireland were in third, Wales were fourth, and Iceland fifth. Mixed doubles, it was a win for Wales over Ireland in second and England in third. Congratulations to them. In the trios event for the men, England, which was Chris Oates, Hadley, and Jamie Bottomley, they won the gold, and then James, Keith, and Stephen from Scotland won the silver, and then Grant, Jason Burns, and Alan Bry won the bronze for Ireland. And then the ladies' trios was won by Scotland, England with the silver, Wales in the third place. You got Ashley Gill, Melissa Ainsley, and Rebecca Daniels winning that for Scotland. In the gents' doubles, it was Chris Oates and Jamie Bottomley winning the gold. From Scotland, James Guthrie and Keith Davidson, and Alan Bride and Jason Burns.
I'm not going to lie, you put Jamie and Chris together, that is a hell of a pairing, that is.
Decent team.
That's a decent
They know each other quite well.
Yeah.
They play in the same centre, they play for Dorset. You know,
to be fair, Dorset actually had quite a few players.
They did. There was a little picture of Dorset at Adult Crown.
I actually really like that.
Yeah, that's quite cool.
So
they have five players.
Yeah.
So Tash Ailes, Hannah Ailes, Jack Sanders, Jamie Bottomley, and Chris Oates.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So well done, Dorset.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
So ladies doubles was won by Stacey Gould and Tash Ailes for England.
Yeah.
Ashley Gill and Rebecca Daniels were second for Scotland, and Nicola O'Day and Vicky Harmon got the bronze medal for England. Said Ireland. Singles. Stephen Gill from Scotland won the singles from Hadley, who had that 300. Stephen actually bowled 1,034 for his 4 games, so he won by
average
73 pins or something. So. Stephen, then Hadley, and Craig Parker got the bronze. JB got 4th place, Greg 5th, blah, blah, blah. Ladies singles, well, I mean, it was England in the top 5 places. And Nicola Day came out on top with the gold, had 858 from Stacey Gould, Nicola Day, I should say. 858, 835, Stacey and Tash got the bronze. So
nice.
Lots of medals won by lots of different people, spread around quite a lot. So that's great. It sounded like it was a really good event, well run. I know they had some issues with their lane machine in the days running up to the event in Ayr.
Managed to get it sorted.
And they managed to borrow a machine from a different place, from another place, and they had to borrow some oil, I think, or I'm not sure of all the details, but there was a bit of a panic. But clearly, they couldn't use their main machine, so
show must go on and all.
Well done to Team Ayr, and and Scotland and everyone else who's clearly they've made it happen. It's worked, and brilliant job.
Yeah,
well done, England.
Nice.
Bring it on.
Yeah. So just an observation. Obviously, in the men's, 5 out of the top 6 in the all events happen to be lefties. So
that's an interesting stat.
It is, just an observation.
It was the same thing in the singles.
There are some events where it's a bit trickier for the lefties.
Yeah, I think
sometimes.
when you look at it, some people might interpret highlighting that as a derogatory comment towards left-handers. Personally,
I think they were the strongest bowlers.
it's not exactly that. It's not a derogatory comment whatsoever if you're fact-basing something. So, yeah, the top 4 players were all left-handers. Now, if you look at, I know, you know,
and that's.
I want to be a little bit careful what I'm saying here.
So
but
Jamie,
if you look,
Jamie Hadley, Steve Gill, Craig Parker,
and then
Greg was the only one that was a righty.
He was the first righty on the list.
And then you got Jack, who's also a left-hander.
Yeah. Now,
with his thumb out of the ball.
What I would say is, and this is, I mean, I want to say this in as nice a way as I possibly can. If you were going to go, if you looked at that list of players before the event, it's very probable that you would pick out particularly Jamie, Hadley and Stephen, and then Craig, you know, would certainly be in the mix for being one of the better players out there. Greg, and, you know, and then you're just going down the list and we're going to talk about them. But, you know, there's maybe 1 or 2 names that I thought, well, perhaps they might do a bit better, and that was maybe Glenn Robson, Chris Oates, quite low down the list.
Did have a very long drive though, didn't he? It was like 9 hours plus or something.
Yeah, that maybe have factor, but you know, Jamie had a long drive as well.
Yeah,
unless they flew. But you know, I think you know this is the thing you get in tournaments. You get when there's fewer players of a particular side of the lane than the other one, you get an advantage or even a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And actually, as much as people in the past, and I think lots of people take the mickey out of left-handers because they've had it easy generally over the time. I've stated quite often to people over the last 3 or 4 years, I believe since the rise of right-handed, two-handed players who are playing the lanes deeper to start with, they will affect particularly the laydown area for the left-handers far more. So they're getting affected differently than maybe they were maybe even just 8 or 10 years ago, because there's a higher load of two-handers. Now, in this particular event, there doesn't appear to have been that many, if any, sort of higher rev two-handed, right-handed players. With no disrespect intended there, just that's a state. There's a couple, Glenn Robson for one. Where is he?
He can generate a bit of red.
Sean Dempsey of Ireland, two-handed. So the point is that maybe for the first time in a while, the lefties have had it a little bit more stable in their position, and so what? Yeah,
that's definitely.
But they are definitely the better. You know, they're certainly easily the better players in that list. You know, there's no real surprise. You know, at anyone finishing in that top 4.
No, regardless of what hand they use to roll the ball, you'd be silly to not put money on the likes of Jamie, Hadley.
Yeah,
you know,
Jamie's been playing particularly well for.
James is so consistent.
Yeah, Hadley's had a great couple of years.
Yeah,
Stephen Gill,
had these, won tournament champions with Verity, didn't he? A couple of years ago,
European champions. Yeah,
he's just a solid bowler.
Absolutely. You know, when the conditions, we talk about conditions favouring left-handers or not. It's the same on the right-hand side as well. Conditions, just because the lane doesn't break down on the left potentially as quickly as it might do on the right-hand side, actually may be a disadvantage.
Absolutely.
A lot of the time you need the pattern to break down to actually open up the pattern, particularly if it's quite a high volume pattern, if it's quite a low ratio. You want to create ratio, you want to get rid of oil to create more friction in the pattern. So if there's more traffic, like there usually is on the right-hand side, well, usually, always, that's actually an advantage, whereas the lefties, although they may not have to make as many adjustments throughout the game, they don't get the breakdown as well. So it's a slightly different game, and different skills. So, you know, take nothing away from anyone. I don't care what hand you play with. If you're at the top, right, you deserve to be at the top.
Absolutely.
And, you know,
the performance in the score showed that they, you know, were phenomenal.
Yeah.
So well done, Team England.
Craig has worked his arse off on his game over the last couple of years. I've had the pleasure to coach him a while.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, Craig's a good dude as well. Like he's a funny chap. I've only met him a couple of times. But
he's a miserable
like
chap, really. And he's a Man United fan. So
that's another EJ.
Oh well.
There you go. Moving on. Final thing I think we want to cover on this week's podcast is the start of the Youth Nationals.
Yes.
Once again, returning to Dunstable. We've had weekend one. Unfortunately, I haven't got access to any of the scores.
No, I haven't seen any. I don't think any's been published
as of yet.
Formally.
I would imagine Brian will be on his way home and they'll be up later today.
Yeah.
I saw a couple of posts from some of the youth players on social media, one of which I want to shout out because he's a phenomenal little bowler. He is.
From this bowling centre?
From this bowling centre. And this is actually where I met Louis French. Young lad.
From this centre?
From this centre. And I actually first saw him bowl in this centre and I was like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
What is it? Who's this guy? Right. He looks all right. So yeah, Louis has just made the step up from the under-10s to the under-13s. So he's one of the youngest in the division. And Louis, just want to give you a massive shout out because you're currently at the end of the first weekend, you are currently leading in the under-13s. Wow. With a very, very, very solid average of around 168 for 9 games.
For a 10-year-old?
For a 10-year-old in one day bowling 9 games. Average 168. We're going to put some videos up because I spoke to Louis' mum and she sent us a couple of videos. So thank you very much, Jessica. You have an absolute machine on your hands. Louis, love watching you bowl. I wish you the best of luck for the future. Yeah. So we're just going to take a few moments just to watch some of Louis' shots from Dunstable this weekend. What a bowler. Louis. What a bowler. Yeah. Obviously, there's a couple of other young bowlers in that age category that look very, very good as well.
We actually have, in England, we have a crop of, in the lads, we have a couple of crops of players, under 16, so sort of 13 to 16 area, there's maybe 15 to 20 players who are looking like they're pretty good right now. And then in this 10 to 13 age group, there seems to be quite a few little stars in the making, potentially.
Absolutely,
And may I say, without double checking, they all bowl without their thumb in the ball. So the future is clearly, all about not having the thumb in the ball. So that's where we're getting these scores from. You don't see big scores from youngsters with their thumb in the ball too often. Too early in their bowling careers.
I agree with that.
There might be some records broken soon.
So some of the younger players that have got their thumb out in the ball are creating entry angle into the pocket because they do not necessarily have the power just yet. No. It just shows you just how important entry angle is into the pins. If you're rolling the ball straight at the pins, you're not going to score.
You might have one force, which is a bit more speed, perhaps, and potentially maybe a little bit heavier ball. But generally speaking, if the speed is high, you get more energy, in terms of contact. However, you're right. The angle of entry has a massive impact on scoring potential. So
absolutely,
let's it's going to be exciting. We've mentioned it before. We got this little bit of a gap with particularly the girls in England, and I think we're seeing it across Europe as well. It's probably all around the world, but this COVID gap, or however you want to describe it, is there's sort of a couple of years where between a certain age and certain, obviously as we go on, that actual age, like 15 and 16-year-olds or 16 and 17-year-olds, as would be, is the bit that's now missing, and that's going to go up and up and up, and if, in probably 4 or 5 years we've lost that out of the youth game, well then it will sort of move into the adults perhaps, but it'll be less obvious then. So, but we've got a lot coming through behind that sort of under 16. So
here's a prediction. I think in a few years' time, we are going to have the lowest average age for an EYC team that we've ever had.
Without a shadow of a doubt.
100%. That is my opinion, and I fully believe it. Prove me wrong.
Without predicting the future, if you picked a team this year, it's going to be probably quite a lower. It will certainly be a lower age average than last year. 100%. And it sort of goes in cycles because as people get older, they're the better ones. They'll stay the better ones maybe for 2 or 3 years. And then they go off, and you've got to hope you've got enough coming up behind to fill the void. But anyway, the ones coming up behind now are under 16s, really. So
there's that lad from Shipley. I can't remember his name. Joden. Yeah, that's
Joden.
He can bowl the ball as well.
Yeah. Similar age, I think, to Louis.
To Louis, yeah.
So. Maybe a little bit younger actually.
Cody Humphrey as well.
Right.
He's looking pretty good, but I haven't seen much of him rolling the ball.
Let's not really put too much pressure on these guys. They're still young, and they look
have fun with
exciting. Absolutely.
Yeah. I know, Louis, you absolutely live and breathe bowling. You absolutely love it.
Great.
And it's a pleasure to watch. So we're really, just keep doing what you're doing, kid. It's good. All right.
Yeah.
And cool. I think that pretty much wraps us up for this episode of Strings Attached Podcast.
Good luck to everyone bowling nationals next weekend.
MH900 YBC are there next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Come on, MH900.
So, do you know what? Let's just give a shout out to the MH900 players. Obviously, we've got Louis Dawson and Olivia McCarthy bowled in their last youth nationals, I believe it is. And joining them in the 4-man team is Jamie Smith, who is a very fun character to watch. He wants it more than anyone, and he's a hungry kid. He wants to learn. He practices hard. He trains hard. He's just so funny. And then a reasonably new addition to the team is Ethan. He's been bowling for 9 months. This is going to be his first nationals.
Wow.
Young 2-hander. Really excited. He's been working really hard. Had a PB game in practice last week, doing some coaching. Whilst doing some coaching, just really excited just to enjoy another tournament, see friends.
Well, I know how hard you've worked with both of those young players, so good luck. Good luck, coach. Good luck to players.
So there you go, and good luck to everybody else across the country who's been working with young athletes and getting them involved in sport, competitive bowling. We appreciate you just as much as what we appreciate anyone else.
So be interesting to see what the numbers are for national participation, whether that's gone up. I would imagine it has, because there seems to be a little bit of a boost in players over the last year. So let me know in the comments if you're there for next weekend. Be nice to have a catch up with as many people and as many friendly faces as possible. Just want to say a huge thanks to Brian and Jill and Stephen Toop. Congratulations on the reappointment of Head of Youth Bowling. I meant to say, yes. Stephen being reappointed as Head of Youth Bowling, as you said. Hadley Morgan being reappointed as Head of Team England, which is good news. And also Kevin Rose continues as a Treasurer.
Lovely.
I doubt many people knew that Kevin was a Treasurer, but nevertheless.
Are we expecting a few more announcements on appointments soon?
There were quite a few advertised, so potentially, I think the So
looking forward to it.
Yeah, let's see if there's any news on that.
Any news on that? All right. Well, thank you very much for joining us. If you've got this far, special thanks to you guys. This is the No Strings Attached podcast with myself, Tristan, and Mr. Heathorn over here. And just before we go, special thanks to Camera Lady number 1 for not only fact checking us, but making sure the batteries are still working and the audio is still on. So we appreciate you. Thanks, Emily.
Thanks, Ed.
Right. Anyway, take care.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.